for a response.
I hope he does sell a lot of books. There's been some misrepresentations concerning a jail backlog and case backlog. The background is that we have 4 district courts in Hays County. 3 of them are in our county sporadically because they have responsibilities somewhere else in other different counties. I'm there. I get there at 7:30 in the morning and start signing orders. I move my office to the front of the complex so that I could be accessible to lawyers. I've added jail dockets. I've added drug court dockets. I've added civil dockets in order to increase the backlog. In fact, the attorneys, some of the commissioners say that I'm basically the workhorse of district court because I'm there all the time working. And the people that are actually in the courthouse do not question my work ethic. I think that we can reduce some of our jail backlog by working on some pretrial services that needs to be balanced with some of the needs of other individuals. But I think that we can have a pretrial services situation that makes our jail population a little bit more efficient. We had a meeting several weeks ago about that, and we're beginning to discuss that. It's not as easy as just waving a magic wand and solving all the problems. We're going to use the pretrial services in order to reduce the backlog, but it's going to take some working between the parties. So anyway, I do appreciate your time on that and your work on that. But I think it's incredibly important that you understand that this report card is, in fact, a misrepresentation of what's actually going on at the courthouse. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge Henry. Now we're moving on to question number 3. Are we ready? Ready. We begin with Mr. Updegrove again. Please tell us why you are running and specifically what you hope to gain or accomplish.
The reason that I'm running is that I believe in service. I volunteer my time, energy, and effort to many different organizations. And what I want to gain out of this is making Hays County a better and safer place to live. A judge's role is limited to presiding over a fair and impartial hearing and applying the law. But that's not the only job a judge has. There are lots of things that are required by a judge. There is the assessment of fines, the collection of the fines and fees that are court costs. Our county right now, the county court at law presently about $1.2 million in fines that are levied. They're collecting about 700,000 of them a year. So leaving room for improvement, and that's what I'd like to do.
Thank you so much. Now the question goes to Judge Anna Boling. What would you hope to accomplish? Why are you running?
First of all, just briefly, the fines are not collected by Hays County Court of Law. We have a compliance office that collects those fines. I am the judge now, and I love my job. I feel that all of my legal training to date has prepared me for this job. I've been a prosecutor with the El Paso District Attorney's Office for just shy of 3 years. I worked with the Drug Task Force, a HIDA unit, which is a high-intensity drug traffic area unit, financial disruption unit. I have been out of private practice. I practice family law. Within the family law context, I've dealt with corporations, real estates, wills and estates, family violence issues, corporate child custody and divorces. I've been a trained mediator, and I've worked mediated difficult child protective services cases and family law cases. I'm also very involved and have been in the community. I'm also a Hays County Master Gardener. Worked various projects across the county, one of which is the flower beds at the Justice Center. They were just weeds before I got to them. I've also worked with the Hays Caldwell Women's Center and, of course, our Bar Association, as well as many other organizations. That's the type of work that I've done. Legally, my legal experience is the type of work that we do here on the court. I believe it's all about community service as well. We're kind of a people's court, and people come and ask questions all the time. Justice of the Peace Court is considered the people's court, but let me tell you, County Court of Law folks come and ask us questions all the time. I hope that my daughter, who is 6, will be proud of her mommy. My family just pushed graduate high school. I'm the oldest of 7, and I put myself through undergrad, and I put myself through law school, and I'm proud of that, and I hope to instill that kind of work ethic in my daughter, and that's what I hope to accomplish, that she be proud of her mommy.
Thank you, Judge Boling. Now moving over to Dr. Cobb with the same question. Specifically, why are you running, and what do you hope to gain or accomplish?
I'm running for Hays County Judge because I want to serve my community. Also, I'm tired of paid career politicians running our government. I want to restore our government to an open government where citizens are involved, where citizens are in control. Part of my plan is, if I'm elected, quarterly I will hold open town forums in each precinct so that citizens can come and tell me what they think the problems are and what the solutions are. It's your government. It's our government.
Thank you so much. Now over to Commissioner Barton.
Well, thanks. This is really a job interview. It's not about rancor, and I guess I'm running because I think this election is about, at the end of the day, a small bundle of issues: how to keep taxes down, how to provide more value for the buck with county services, how to protect our water and our quality of life. And based on those criteria, I think I'm well qualified, maybe the best qualified for the job. I'm experienced, I've got outstanding references, and I'm passionate about the work. On taxes, Dr. Cobb and I are fairly similar. I think we both want to keep taxes down. Dr. Cobb won't rule out a tax cut, but he does want to keep them down. As commissioner, I've proven I can keep taxes down. We've got a slight decrease for the average homeowner this year. We've got the lowest operating budget, at least as a percentage of tax, in 10 years, and taxes are 8 or 9% below what we promised when together we passed the road and parks bonds here a few years ago. I've also proven I can provide bang for the buck. In my precinct, the projects that I'm personally managing on I-35 are 34% under budget, saving taxpayers millions. I've talked about this jail plan that I've helped devise that will save us $45 million, or $40 to $45 million in construction, and $10 million a year in operating systems. I think the real difference between us is on water policy and how we'll handle development issues here in Hays County. Dr. Cobb invokes the right of capture on water and opposes new authority to help regulate growth in Hays County. I just couldn't disagree more. I don't think that we want to give in to the law of whoever has the biggest pump wins. That's essentially what the right of capture is, that you can pump unlimited amounts of water, that a catfish farmer and industry can come in here from out of state and pump dry the Trinity aquifer, dry up our springs. I understand property rights. I come from a farm and ranch family, but I think there's a place where property rights infringe on your neighbors, and that's where they end.
Thank you, Commissioner Barton. Now to Mr. Scott Courtney again. Why are you running, and what do you hope to accomplish?
Well, my main concern in running is over and above what I've stated before as far as productivity and effectiveness of the courts is I too am a little tired of the perception of money and influence creeping into the district courts. That's one reason why I'm running. Judge Henry has, in the past 5 years that he's been on the bench, taken in over $92,000 in campaign contributions, 55,000 of that in the past year. 10 of his maximum campaign contributors are attorneys with pending cases in his court. 5 of them are from outside of Hays County and have nothing to do with Hays County other than those pending cases. That's one reason. As far as what I hope to gain, well, certainly nothing financially. I'm willing to give up a lucrative law practice to dedicate my time to Hays County and the productivity of the district courts. I love the law. I hold it in high respect, and I think that the court should be held in high respect as well. Personally, I guess I would gain more time here in Hays County. Judge Henry's correct. I do travel around the state. About 40% of my practice is here in Hays County, and I would love for it to be 100%. But people around the state want me to travel to represent them. I will not refuse a client that wants me to go and represent them. So I would be able to be home more. So I guess there is some gain to me personally, but certainly not financially. I do want to talk just briefly about misrepresentations. Every figure that I've stated, I invite you to contact me. I'll be more than happy to give you the sites and the sources that those are drawn from. They are drawn from public records. They are drawn from the state statistics, and I invite you to do that. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Courtney. Now back to Judge Henry. Why are you running, and what do you hope to accomplish?
First of all, I'm proud to have support from both Republicans, Democrats, Independents. When someone contributes to my campaign, they're making a choice. And most of those come with comments of, Judge, we know that you work hard, and we know that you know the law. My opponent has not only contributions from some attorneys, but contributions from actual individuals who have cases pending in front of the court. He has signs on the businesses of people who have cases pending in front of the court. The reason why I want to serve is that I want to make our community a better place, but I also want to make a safer community. The district judges are the last line of defense against violent criminals, and I believe in harsh sentences for violent criminals. I want to be conservative with our tax dollars. We're at least $200,000 under budget for this year, money that we can give back because we've been conservative with our tax dollars. And as I said, I want to make this community a better place. I want to get up every morning, whether it's in court or out of court, and make this community better for Belterra, better for San Marcos, and better for all of our communities in between. Again, I ask for your vote. I ask for your support. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge Henry.